Every day at 4 p.m. the postman came, and every day Meera would stop whatever she was doing, washing dishes, stirring tea or watering her balcony plants, and look down from her third-floor window. Bills, pamphlets, advertisements. But deep inside, she waited for something else. A letter. Not just any letter. His letter. The one that never came. She'd wait, then smile sadly to herself, whisper, maybe tomorrow, and go back to her day. But some waits never really end. They just grow quieter. However, the rain that wrote their beginning. 10 years earlier, Mumbai, evening, heavy rain, traffic screaming, umbrellas colliding. That's where Meera met Arjun. He was a young journalist, always chasing stories. She was a literature student, always chasing words. Their umbrellas bumped, books fell, laughter followed. Sorry, she said. Arjun smiled. It's fine. I think our umbrellas just fell in love. That's how it began. Not with fireworks, but with a small laugh under the rain. That night, Arjun wrote in his notebook, met a girl today. Don't know her name, but she made the world look a little less grey. The city became their stage. The 8:32 Churchgate local train, their routine. The chai stall near CST, their corner of the universe. They talked about books, music, dreams. He wanted to write stories that changed lives. She wanted to write stories that changed hearts. Maybe we'll write one together someday, he said once. She smiled. We already are. It was love in its purest form. No grand promises, no fancy gifts, just quiet companionship and endless conversation. In his tiny apartment between one broken cupboard and an old typewriter, they built dreams together.
Is that him?
They promised each other.
After
no matter
all
what
these
happens,
years,
we'll keep writing
could it be?
and we'll keep dreaming.
Is
Life,
there anything
however,
for me
never
today?
asks before it changes
Still
everything.
nothing.
Arjun's father
guess I'll
fell
check
sick
again
in
tomorrow.
Delhi. He had to leave, just for a week, he said. But that week stretched into months. Calls became shorter, texts became fewer, and slowly, silence started speaking louder than love. Meera wrote him letters, one every week, 10 in total. She told him everything, about her poems, her loneliness, her hope. But she never sent them. She was scared he'd moved on, scared of sounding desperate, scared of the truth. Then one evening, a letter came, from his best friend. Inside was just one line. Meera, I'm sorry. Arjun passed away in an accident last night. He was on his way back home. The cup in her hand fell. The world around her stopped. And for the first time since she met him, she hated the rain. Grief doesn't scream, it whispers. It stays quietly inside you, like an echo that never fades. Meera finished college, got a job as a librarian, rented a small room in Bandra. Every evening at 4 p.m. when the postman came, she still looked down, not hoping anymore, just remembering. On her desk sat a small wooden box painted blue. Inside, the 10 letters she never sent. She never opened them again. Her smile became polite, her laughter short, her eyes calm but tired. The world thought she had moved on. But love doesn't always end with goodbye. Sometimes it just hides,
Another delivery.
quietly. 10 years
The
later,
readers still
one afternoon
remember.
the postman shouted up to her window, "Madam, letter for you." She frowned. Nobody sent letters anymore. It was old, yellow paper, faded ink, Delhi address. She opened it. The handwriting, she knew it instantly. Arjun. Her hands trembled as she read, "Meera, if you're reading this, it means I couldn't make it back. I wanted to write before I left Delhi, but I was late, as always. You once said stories live forever. Maybe ours will too. Don't stop writing. Don't stop dreaming. Don't let my absence be your reason to stop living. You made me believe in words again. I hope someday when you publish that book, it rains again. Yours, Arjun." Her tears fell on the paper, turning the ink into watercolor. She laughed and cried all at once, because love had found its way home, even after 10 years. That evening, it rained,
Dear Arjun,
for the first time in
I
months,
kept my promise.
as if the sky was saying, I kept the promise for him. She walked out barefoot, holding the letter to her chest. Every drop felt like a word. Every thunder sounded like his laugh. And there, in the rain, she finally forgave everything. The silence, the distance, the years. Because she finally understood. time doesn't heal everything. It just teaches you how to live with what you lost. Months later, she began writing again. She didn't write about tragedy. She wrote about love that stayed. Her book was titled The Letters She Never Sent. When it was published, it didn't become a bestseller. But every reader who touched those pages cried a little and smiled a little more. Because somewhere deep down, everyone has a letter they never sent. At her first book launch, an old journalist approached her. "You must be Meera," he said. "I knew Arjun. He talked about you a lot." Her voice shook. "He did?" The man smiled. "He once said, 'If I ever get lost, she'll find me, even if it takes years.'" Meera smiled through tears and whispered, "I did." After that day, Meera started something beautiful.
Meera,
Every Sunday, she'd sit at her desk,
for you.
write anonymous letters to strangers, to lost lovers, to broken hearts, and hide them inside library books. Some said, "You're stronger than yesterday. It's okay to miss someone and still move forward. The rain will come back. It always does." Months later, she began receiving letters in return from people who found her notes. One said, "Your words saved me from giving up." Another said, "I found this when I was about to end things. Thank you." And that's when Meera realized, sometimes the letters we never send end up reaching exactly where they're needed. Years passed, her hair turned silver, but her eyes still had that soft rain light in them. Every day the same postman came by, smiling. "Madam, another fan letter?" She'd laugh softly. They never stop, do they? That evening the clouds gathered again. The city skyline blurred in monsoon haze. She looked out and whispered, "It's raining again, Arjun." A sparrow landed on her balcony, shaking off the raindrops. The same kind of sparrow that once sat on Arjun's typewriter. She smiled, opened her last notebook and wrote, "Dear Arjun, I kept my promise. I kept writing. I kept dreaming. And every time it rains, I still see you. Not as the one I lost, but as the reason I kept going." She placed the letter in the blue box, beside the old ones. But this time, she didn't close the lid. Because she knew, some letters aren't meant to stay hidden. They're meant to be found when the heart is finally ready. We all have our unsent letters. Words we never said, apologies we never gave, dreams we never chased. But maybe they don't disappear. Maybe they travel quietly through time and reach where they're needed most, because love doesn't end with goodbye. It just changes its address. Moral of the story. 1. Not every love story ends with forever, but every true love leaves a lesson. 2. Some losses don't heal, but they help you grow softer, kinder, wiser. 3. The words you keep inside might one day save someone else. 4. And no matter what happens, don't stop writing your story, even if one chapter ends in tears. Because love doesn't vanish. It transforms into courage, kindness, and meaning.